Believe that it's over, baby. That big bruise on my heart you gave me. So I cried and they lied, so I sighed, but it's over, babe. It's over, babe. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that hype button and make sure y'all hit that like button. This is crazy. It's beautiful outside, guys. 70 something degrees. Make sure y'all understand that it's a little windy though. So if y'all hear the wind, please bear with me. Now, Chris Rock, this is a huge slap to the face. Chris Rock is now allegedly coming out stating that he will go to court and testify with Will Smith, alleged violinist victim, and state that he believes that Will Smith really had tore this man cakes out the frame. Chris Rock is willing to testify, and nobody can get mad at Christopher. If you get mad at Christopher, then you're dead wrong. Because Chris Rock took a whole entire slap to the motherfucking face that he can never, ever fully recover from. You slap me in front of my family, my children. There's still facial skin. Chris Rock still has facial skin left up on the stage at the Oscars. Pure survival. And I blame Miss Alopecia because she is why Chris Rock got the facial skin slapped off him in the first place. And Will, you can't get mad at Chris, even if Chris Rock is trolling Will and he's not really going to testify, because Chris Rock is also alleging that Will Smith and Diddy indeed had an affair. Chris Rock, like I said, I don't know if this is comedy or if this is the get back or if this is the get slap. We don't even want to call this the get back. We're going to call it the get slap. Chris Rock is now slapping Will Smith back. Not only did he say that your wife was getting her cheeks clapped by Jayden's friends and Jayden's boyfriends at his comedy event. You know what I'm saying? But now Chris Rock is coming back, and I don't blame Chris. This is a good time, Chris, to say something, because America wanted to know, how does Chris Rock feel now that Will is in all this trouble? Smash that like button, hit that hype button if y'all think that this is Will Smith's karma. If y'all think that this is Will's karma, you hit that man, that grown man. You hit a grown man, and after you slapped him, you start fixing your motherfucking pants and shit. Like you just slapped one of your hoes like you was a pimp, and you smacked one of your hoes that wasn't bringing back that money, that wasn't bringing that money in. And Chris took it on the chin. He continued to perform knowing his face was on fire, pure survival. He still kept hosting the Oscars with Will Smith's handprint all over his face. As if he didn't just walk up there and slap you after he said, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." And Chris got his wife's name slapped out of his mouth over a Miss Alopecia joke. So guys, Chris Rock is on Twitter going off, celebrating, having the time of his life, laughing at Will, because Will, all of these allegations, you got Orlando Brown, you got the one actor. What's that actor, sweetheart? Bashir Green or Bashir Gray? Bashir Gray, that's supposed to got his back blown out, that his back got blown out, and he still haven't seen his back ever since Will Smith and Diddy allegedly tore it out the frame. Tore it out the frame. So he's seeing this shit happen. And then 50 Cent posted something with Will Smith. And to me, I felt like that was like a shot, basically stating he mess around and do a Will Smith docu-series. He mess around and do a Will Smith docu-series. And I hope, 50, if you do a docu-series, please make sure that it's starring Jada Pinkett, Pure Survival, Miss AKA Alopecia. And that's no disrespect to the people that's dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even think that Jada has that. I think she looks for excuses for people to feel sympathy for her terrible ass decisions. Her terrible decisions. You see what I'm saying? But yes, guys, Chris Rock had broke his silence and he's slapping back. Will Smith is now getting slapped to the future. And I want to say big shout out to Chris Rock, Tony Rock, all of them. I'm glad to know Chris Rock still feels some kind of way up to this day. He has not got over that slap. He has not got over that slap. And I would never get over a man, motherfucker, pimp smacking me in front of the world. I wouldn't get over a man slapping me, period. But to slap me on national motherfucking TV in front of his whole family, his kids. Imagine when his kids get older, and well, they are older now. But if they out of control teens, and they get in an argument one day because Chris want them to do something around the house, and they be like, well, you ain't say that shit to Will Smith, Dad. You didn't have that same energy when Will Smith almost slapped your teeth out, almost slapped your head off, Dad. You didn't have that energy with him. So why are you going to have that energy with us, Father? So imagine what Christopher got to go through when he go over to his mom's house. I'm sure she's an elderly woman, but imagine Christopher's mom asking him to do something. And she said, Christopher, go to the store and go get me, or go play my lottery tickets. And Christopher say, Mom, I got somewhere to be. And she say, well, if I was Will Smith, you go get my lottery tickets. Pure survival. So imagine he got to deal with that from his girlfriends, from his friends. Everybody's throwing it in his face like how Will Smith's hands went in his face. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? So Chris Rock is alleging that Diddy and Will Smith indeed had an affair, and they allegedly clapped young actors, young minors, actors' cheeks. So this is breaking news, guys. Pure survival.